got airplane. I like my coffee like I like my men. Black. You're just like, oh, wow.
Could we get away with any of that stuff in film?
Oh, Lord, no.
Some of those are like Blazing Saddles.
Spaceballs, the movie.
Ghostbusters, the way it was meant to be.
What about Stripes?
So inappropriate by today's standards, and I love it.
Correct. You cannot get away with this kind of humor anymore.
Yeah.
You stop laughing right now. Did we just become best friends?
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
All right.
Make that O face again.
I'm drinking a beer. Thank you.
You are. You're trying. Anyway.
I was trying to actually swallow the beer, but it didn't quite want to go in that direction.
That's dangerous territory.
That's like you're looking towards a snarf at this point.
Snarf is no good. Not with beer.
Well, I mean, at least.
I mean, aside from the fact that it's wasteful.
Well, but yeah.
It doesn't really taste good.
But if I snarfed, it would probably be towards you. So then, as usual with the beer, it's.
Well, it's more towards the floor, but like, yeah.
Oh no, I would aim it.
I would.
I'd be aware and just like.
I'd turn it into a sneeze and just clear my whole.
Might as well. If you're gonna do it, right? Just lean into it. Make that happen.
Then I have to hobble off camera and go like, take a shower.
I can just hose you off in the front yard. I mean,
It's cold outside.
Well, it'll teach you. Yeah.
I'm flashing back now because you walked in the house carrying powdered sugar.
Oh no, it was granulated.
Oh, was it granulated?
It was granulated.
It was powdered sugar.
No, I needed me. I like my cafe con leche, so I like a real dark roast with a little sugar and milk. Stir that up. It's good. It's my style.
Black.
That's how I get down. It's got airplane. Oh, take my coffee. I like my coffee like I like my men. Black. You're just like, oh, wow. Yeah, 12-year-old girl or some shit. All fucking suited up, like looking suave, business lady like shit. It's like, what the F? Then again, you also get Mrs. Cleaver fucking spit and jive.
Like, could we get away with any of that stuff in film?
Oh, Lord, no. Not even a little bit. Some
of the best movies, and you play them for some people, like, just if you're not from the generation, you may just not get it at all. But it's like the fact that we grew up around that and that was completely normal. And now everything's like eggshells. Nothing can be funny anymore.
Yeah.
I think that makes it really difficult to be able to just ad lib and be silly. And because you're always worried about, I'm going to be stepping on somebody's toes like everywhere.
Or the PC police coming around.
The PC police.
But some of those are like Blazing Saddles. I mean, like classics. So inappropriate by today's standards. And I love it.
Dude, one of the things I enjoy about Blazing Saddles, I feel is like a little bit of a joke, like a play on white people kind of shit, is that every business in that town was owned by a Johnson. The entire town was Johnson's. And they had like new kids and everything. And it's just like, where did those new Johnsons come from?
We're all Johnsons.
I'm just saying. So there's a little bit of, not a lot.
I bet you are.
I'm just saying, most of their teeth were looking pretty good. So I feel like there wasn't too much genetic crossing. Maybe they have like a system to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they have a lazy eye every once in a while.
That's just Tommy. You just give him a little smack. Send him back on his way.
Some of them got 6 fingers. Maybe a tail. It's not a big deal, really. Like, we try not to talk about it. Try not to talk about it.
Like prehensile or like just a tail. Well, I'm just saying, like, are we talking like nub? Can it wag? Is it just a bump? Like, how much? How
like
big?
Rob Schneider, the animal.
Yeah, right. Dude, that shit was dope.
Uncle Bernie was born with a third arm, you know.
I'm not even going to touch that one. That's not.
No arm, you bastard. I'm not. A tentacle. What's going on?
Oh my God. We got tails, tentacles, arms. What is
Trying to cover all the ground.
Well, I mean, if there's that much inbreeding, as I feel, again, kind of lighthearted jab at it, that it's like everybody here's a Johnson.
Weird.
Well, it's also like in Spaceballs when he's just like, how many assholes are on the ship? And it's like, everybody's like, yo, knew it. Surrounded by assholes. They're everywhere. So it's not the Johnsons now. Now they're the assholes.
So
yeah, you're correct. You cannot get away with this kind of humor anymore.
No, absolutely not. But people still watch the old, that's a new reason to get back into the old greats, like the old classics.
Examples. Yeah. What do you when you say the classics? See, for the people at home, they're not inside your brain. They don't know what you're. So I'm asking for them examples.
Use your words.
Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Well, like any Mel Brooks, really?
Are you talking just movies, or can we slip some TV in there too, or what's?
I would say pretty much all of it.
Why was it? It sounded like a question.
You're asking for an example. You're like you're being interrogated.
Well, because I want reference. Like what do you consider the classics? Like what would be examples of this? Like you should sit down and watch these.
Spaceballs would definitely be on there.
Spaceballs, the movie.
Yes. Spaceballs, the lunchbox. I don't care.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower. Oh, the kids love that one.
Should all be in there. Ghostbusters, the way it was meant to be.
What do you mean the way it was meant to be? You mean the OG only? Because I like the second one, man. When they make the Statue of Liberty walk and shit, it's pretty dope. Come on.
But that's still, I consider OG. It's like the original guys that pulled it off. And it was one of those things that's like lightning in a bottle. Like you can't capture that and release it again and have it be the same.
The newest Ghostbusters was the original writers. It was the original director's son who directed the newest one, and it was he brought back
the
all
afterlife
the
for the.
They paid homage.
He paid homage to the original.
No, are you talking about the afterlife one with like Paul Rudd and stuff, or the one that's about to come out? Because there's another one that's coming out that's like the Ice Age or some shit.
The afterlife one.
Okay. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, it was the original director's son. He was
and he brought back everybody he possibly could from the '84 film, as far as like writers, producers, and everything. The originals.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what it is with this one, but I thought there was more coming. Well, her mouth was like open too. She's.
I was yawning.
I'm sorry. Wow. Man, the two of you were like brutal tonight. Like, what did I do to you two? I just hanging out, having a beer, talking with my people, and it's how y'all gonna do me? What a damn. But yeah, so with that, we're talking OG with like Bill Murray and all that kind of stuff. What about Stripes?
Hell yeah.
Would you put it like a classic as well?
Definitely a classic.
I don't think you
all the John Candy stuff, classic.
I think pretty much anything with John Candy in it. Even just in Home Alone when he's the polka prince in the back of the freaking rider.
Automobiles.
Oh my God, Planes, Trains, and Automobile, which was also a John Hughes production. BT Dubs. All right, can we see that shit with a straight face? You know what I mean?
BT Dubs. You sound ridiculous when you say that.
It's a W, so that's the Dubs. BT Dubs.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
You're killing me.
By the way,
killing me,
BT
Smalls.
Dubs.
That's what BT Dub stands for. By the way, in case you didn't know that, write that down.
People don't write things down anymore.
Well, I mean, take a picture, make an audio memo, some shit. I don't try to remember for later, whatever.
And people have actually started like writing in text speak and turning that into like their boss or a potential employer.
I don't hire those people.
You ever heard of that or seen that?
Again, I don't hire those people.
Did you seriously just put text speak on your?
Yeah, if you cannot communicate to me in an appropriate fashion that shows that you have a level of intelligence that should be, I mean, honestly, for anybody, a bare minimum. But obviously, our educational system sucks.
I mean, unless you're just trying to be funny and you do it like once or twice. But I mean,
oh no. So I mean, once I had my staff and like they were aware of like my issue with that, I guess. It just sets me off or whatever. Yeah, occasionally to be funny, they would crack some stuff and I'm just like, you guys are assholes right now. They'd come into work later the next day or whenever they were, and I'd just like literally look at them, whatever it was that they put in there, whether it was an LOL or a BTW, or I'd just be like give them something.
Like really?
Is this how this works? Is that? You like coming to work, don't you? Right? Just no, I'm fucking with you. Because that was the same thing as like with my kid. Is I always threaten to beat her. I'm never going to beat her. So I just always threaten my staff. It's like, it's easy enough for me to get you replaced. Just saying. There's a million more like you. I don't need you. But it was completely never true because I loved every single person on my staff. They were all amazing.
I love at the end of your shift, grab a beer and come see me.
Well, I mean, sometimes I do it during the shift too, depending. Yeah, it's funny enough, man. I was actually talking to somebody about that earlier today. Whether I had to dispense bad news or not, my staff was so used to me just being like, hey, grab a beer, come meet me in the office. And, it just to them, it was just like, oh, time for my check-in. Or like, oh, we just got to talk about something. Oh, it's like, it was never a big deal. So when it's like time for you to.
Oh, and you had this nice soft cushion of the beer.
Of course. Dude, we're about to drink together. I'm not going to dispense bad news. And if it is, you got a beer, you're fine. Pretty much. Because sometimes it's like, hey, grab a beer, see you in the office in like 20 if you can. Cool. Thanks. Appreciate that. And then it's like, so sorry to tell you, this is how it is now. It happens.
Go pound sand.
So put it this way, man, the majority of individuals that I wound up having to fire, there was obviously going to be a few here and there, no matter what, that are just, that's the type of individual, and they hit it. So after the first couple of months, all of a sudden now it's like, this is the true employee that you had hired comes out, and it's just like, this ain't going to work. I had a couple of those. I mean, literally, I think like 2, maybe 3 in the last spot, but
like you haven't formed a cohesive bond with any of your coworkers.
Oh, there was a few that, no, it was,
that's a red flag number 1. Like we have to function as a family. Otherwise this ain't going to work.
Yeah, man. But I also had like, family Sundays where it was like, hey, if you ain't working a Sunday shift, come on in, eat and drink on all you want on us. Like, here you go. And we'd have like a little arcade thing in the back and stuff. We'd just be playing games and chilling and drinking and yeah, man. But yeah, so the other few individuals that I wound up having to let go, by the time we finished our conversations, they thanked me for the opportunity to work, for me because of how I did my thing. So, I spoke to everybody, no matter how it was, as polite, respectful, and appreciative as I could. Try to always set that example, which is not easy. I'll be honest. It's some hard work. There's some really.
And what's the number 1 reason you let somebody go?
Honestly, a level of incompetence that requires me to manage you. It's not my fucking job. I put everything out well enough that the systems, who has authority of this, that, the other. It's like, and I gave quite a bit of responsibilities, but freedoms attached that if you can manage this system, it's like, dude, you don't have to check shit with nobody. You should already know what the answer is. So the only reason why you should become looking for me is like if shit just hit the fucking fan and nobody's got an answer, come find me. Outside of that, it's like, bro, you should be able to manage your entire shift without any worries, questions, qualms, nothing. Like I make it as easy as possible so that you can just focus on being a dope server. Literally. My job is to make sure you're focused on your job. That's it. And I should have all the faculties and supports in place so that you can do that. And I would do my best to do that. And that's why I would always check in with my staff as well. Not only just to personally make sure that they're doing well outside of work, but on top of, it's like, we got to make sure that we're all on the same page. We're all functioning at that same level and we're just banging our shit. And it's just easy peasy. Love coming to work.
Was that where you, did anybody use that? I'm not firing on all my cylinders today. Like, you know, I'll give you what I got, but.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, if
you can have that communication with somebody, that's more valuable to you than somebody's 100% on time every day. Like in a way that's,
well, I mean,
like you're under the weather. You're not 100%. You're in work anyway, and you're giving it everything you got. I respect that. And obviously if you're sick or something, you know, it'll be obvious, go home, you know.
Well, I mean, if it's something beyond just, it seems like the sniffles, you can work. Go, get out there. You're not contagious. You're not going to kill anybody. You're not going to hurt anybody. Just go work. But because that's the thing is, even if you have the sniffles, you should be clean enough in delivering food and drinks that should not matter. My chefs, my servers, everybody. And that's how I ran my ship. That's why people don't get sick on my watch. I only had it happen one time, and I fired him for it because he had already been told multiple times on how we keep sanitary, how we have these things in place because those are the rules that helps us maintain that system. Easy peasy. I give you all the resources, faculties, and supports. Everybody else can do it. Why not you?
Oh, and people getting sick, that'll shut you down faster than anything.
Yeah, and I mean, luckily for me, I mean, it's still unfortunate because it was the one and only time it's ever happened under my watch. And I mean, I've had plenty of opportunities where it could have, but it's like, dude, that's not how I work.
But even one is too many.
Well, it was one of the, because it was actually, I think, 3 individuals all on the same night. That's how I was able to figure out who it was. You know, it was like there was plenty of information that dictated exactly. And it's like, dude, I was there that night and I know how it went down. It's like, I know what's up. But one of the individuals was my staff, which that really pissed me off. The unfortunate thing, but lucky enough for us, was there was a local school that was bringing in other kids that were a part of the culinary career path. So they were doing that program with them to get their certifications and whatever else. They would go out as like tasters, almost like critics, and check out other local spots. And they'd give, you know, statements of, oh, I can taste this and that. So, I mean, there was, you know, they turned it into a part of the program as far as instruction, but a couple of them got sick. But because it was like friends of friends and, you know, we were doing this as a promotional thing, but it was also a like cross.
Yeah, that's not a
support.
Good, it's not a good promotion.
It's not, but I mean, it was because we supported this school and the school was supporting local businesses. So it's like one of those things we were promoting community mindedness and working with each other. But because of how it went down and what it was, it pretty much like nobody talks about it. And so that's why I was like, that was fortunate, but unfortunate because it's like, it still happened. And yeah.
What was the cause of it?
Not being clean enough. The person, the actual individual.
Oh, so coming in contact with the food with dirty hands?
Basically.
That's gross.
Very much.
Yeah.
And again, that's like, dude, it's like, you don't do that shit on my watch. And he had already been warned. Like, I think this was like the 3rd time. And it was pretty much like, dude, you either get your shit together or you're out of here. And then like a week later, this happened. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you're out. But he was one of those individuals when I brought him down and I fired him. He thanked me for the opportunity, was grateful, appreciative. I mean, asked for, he's like, would it be okay if I asked for a reference? And I'm like, you absolutely can. And it's like, I will do my best to give you as an accurate and respectful statement as possible. Because, I mean, he was a good worker. He showed up on time. Yes, sir. No, sir. Just like did his work. But it's like, you're not following full procedure. And it's to the place that's like, for this specific thing, this is why we do these things this way. So nobody gets sick. So the food's always perfect. It's dope. It's the shit it should be. It's like, you're not risking getting anyone. Because I mean, what happened wasn't like a massive, like we didn't, possibly put someone to a hospital kind of situation, but it's enough that it's just like
somebody got a bad tummy ache.
Yeah, but with bathroom trips involved,
right?
So
a bad tummy ache, really,
pretty
really
much.
bad one.
But like and it's within the allotted time, like of when you would have ingested to when it basically enacted. So it's like I know exactly what
take that long,
depending on what it is. So that's
it
why
also
it's
depends
like,
on the person.
Could be as short as 2 to 3 hours.
Well, but
and their digestive tract.
But so the scenario that was painted to me for the information that was given, it's like I could tell you exactly who it was, what the shift was, and why the cause was. It's like I had enough information. So it's just like, bro, I know for a fact this is what happened. And I've already talked to you about this 3 times. And I already told you, should have gotten rid of you on the 3rd one. It's like, it's time for you to leave now. I'm sorry. It's like, I was serious. This is not, and it's like, you got one of your staff, one of your family, you got one of your sisters sick, bro. It's like, how does that make you feel? But that's what they all called me, Dad. As soon as they're like, well, hey, Dad. I'm just fuckers. But that's because I treated them all in that fashion.
And he felt bad too, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, oh.
And the last
I effed up, but now it's like yeah.
Yeah, you fucked up your family, bro. Like somebody, you actually have to deal with that person now.
A brother or a sister.
Yeah, I mean, he did apologize to her too, which was cool. So I mean, like respect to. That's why I say he was a good dude. It was one of those things where it's like, man, you ain't following the very specific rules that are so important to me. Like if anything, you cannot let this happen
everywhere.
What's not even, dude, man, I had gloves and like good gloves too. I was spending good money on gloves, and I was like, burn the gloves. I don't give a shit. Run through them. I want you guys flipping and changing, keeping clean rags, like everything, dude. Like 24/7. You are cleaning while you're cooking. I don't give a shit. You either learn how to do this or you don't work here.
Good advice.
You set those standards.
Goddamn right I did.
Well, and you set the bar really high for that kind of stuff. That way, if it's not followed to a T, it's still not too bad.
Pretty much, yeah, like backups and whatnot, secondary, pretty much. So I said, I more or less always made sure to put out the resources, the supports, all the faculties. I mean, like anything and everything you could ask for to make this easily done for you, because I didn't want to make it anything a chore. Then it's a job. Nobody wants a job. If you love coming to your work, if you love coming and doing your work, you're happy to do it every time, all the time. It doesn't matter what it is you get asked of. You're just like, sure, I can do that. Da-da, da-da.
Just like that.
Pretty much. I mean, that's how I do it.
You make that noise like while you're working?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You bubble your head like that too?
Oh, yeah. No, dude, my kitchen staff loved it when they actually saw me in the kitchen cooking. Because whenever I'm in the kitchen and I'm really getting into it, like I sing and dance, and it's just like I enjoy being in the kitchen. So it's like a fun time.
You're like throwing stuff around. I'm
just la la la. I'm chopping onions. I'm chopping onions, and they're just like, okay, what is wrong with him? Chopping jalapenos. Just having a good time, man.
I don't understand why you get so excited.
I really enjoy cooking, dude. I do. It's well, because I mean, it goes to the statement that I always make about how food and drink, good food and drink will always be able to end anything. I mean, you've ended wars, united countries and families over food and drink. It's that little bit of love because, like Nona made it, your abuelita, like grandma is your
right.
Yeah. Well, one, you're doing that, but two, typically it's going to be based in something that is good, because it was made with love, so it's beneficial no matter what it actually is, food or drink wise. So it's like good food or drink, take care of anything.
Into that. Salud. Launch it.
Zdrowie.
So, okay, hold on. I'll add this in here because I didn't want to interrupt you. But the Ghostbusters, the new one, it actually is the same director as Afterlife.
So yeah, then his son is still doing it. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's the same crew. I think it's Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson. I feel like I saw a trailer where I at least saw Dan and Bill on. I can't remember if I saw Ernie or not, but I feel like they're all. It's just continuing that franchise.
Love Dan Aykroyd.
How could you not? He's a delight. And the shit that he gets into, bro. Oh man,
Love Dan Aykroyd. Just
I love fucking Dan Aykroyd
so hard.
so hard.
I don't know if you appreciate that, but
He's into it. It's cool.
It's the original cast. So the secretary, who's played by Annie Potts, Ernie Hudson. I'm sorry, Winston? Ernie?
Yes, Winston Zedmore. That is
Yes.
Ernie Hudson. He gets told about the Twinkie.
He's in it. Dan
Big
Aykroyd's
Twinkie.
in it.
It's a big Twinkie.
Bill Murray, Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
McKenna.
Yeah, I think the kids are back as
Yeah,
well.
the kids are the same.
Yeah.
The mom,
Who's
Patton Oswalt's. Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking cracks me up. He's actually a really good actor too. I've seen him in some pretty decent stuff. Played some weird
And
roles.
Kamali,
You eyeball me over there,
not-
bro?
no.
Not you, not Bro. No.
Male?
Mel?
I don't think it's, is
Bell?
it Kamal or Kumail?
What?
Nabil.
Kumail.
Camille? Hasenfeld Incorporated?
On your mark, get set, and go now.
Schmill.
Nanjiani.
Schmas. Hasenfeld. Doing it our way.
That's what we grew up with, man.
Dude, fucking right, man. So I mean,
Happy Days.
would you put that into the classic list?
Oh, all the
Happy
old
Days?
programming? Yeah, but that also,
We were just watching that the other night.
like Married with Children, that couldn't exist anymore. Definitely.
But see, now this is my extension on this question, I suppose, would be: are we talking classics in the sense of things that we could no longer do because they relatively test certain boundaries in a sense? So, like All in the Family,
well, in this particular
Jeffersons.
case, I think that's what we were discussing.
Okay. So then, would you
But
also?
there's a lot of classics that might not necessarily fall into that realm.
That's what I'm saying. So, would Happy Days still be in there, or would that be like?
I mean,
They didn't really test too much other than, love for jukeboxes.
Happy Days was very accepting. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of,
always beating the hey.
and it was just good for canned laughter, and it was fun and wholesome, and
Wholesome.
Yeah, I don't think they really tested any boundaries.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like they were very controversial. Played it pretty safe, right down the middle.
Arthur Fonzarelli was the edgiest character.
Other than like beating on jukeboxes. Hey, make that work. Then jumping sharks with motorcycles. Wah,
And his
wah,
office was the
wah.
It just
bathroom.
cracks me up though that Henry Winkler
It's the best. It's true. It's true.
was like scared shitless of motorcycles.
Well, yeah, because he's Henry Winkler. He's not the fucking Fonz. That's a character replay. You do know the difference between
No, I'm
TV
just-
and okay. Just making
I'm
sure.
just saying somebody that stood for like this, stereotypical tough guy,
Tough guy.
rides a motorcycle.
Tony Testosterone over here.
But like the opening scene of the show, like you see him going down the street, like right after they cut that, like he stopped and like nearly fell off the bike. And like that was it. He was like,
Yeah, I read
somebody
that
else had
somewhere.
to come in and move the bike away, and like he was done. He was like,
tried to murder me. Did you see that? Oh my God. Oh my God.
I mean, how
Easy there, Winkler.
I know we've discussed this before, probably like a while back, but there's a show called Better Late Than Never, and it's reality TV. It airs on Hulu and NBC, but it has Henry Winkler, William Shatner, Terry Bradshaw, George Foreman, and they go around and do adventures. Like they travel together with Jeff Dye. as like their host. So the 5 of them go around and it turns into like this joke where they're trying to kill Shatner because they're like, oh, he's bound to die. He is so close to death. Like he's gonna die. So like they try and make him do things to like push his little envelope. And then after all this, the irony is after all of this is over, and then, they open up it's not SpaceX, but whatever, maybe it was SpaceX, like,
Oh, the Jeff Bezos one?
Or, yeah.
Yeah, the penis rocket.
William Shatner went into space in.
Yeah.
So it's like they tried killing him this whole time and he comes back and he goes to space and he is still alive and well.
Yeah. Space. I feel like SpaceX is Musk. It's Elon's.
Yes.
Yeah, I forget what the Bezos one is. Other than the fact that it looks like a giant penis. Peanuts, get your It's got a long shaft and the big head, just like a. Sorry. I mean, it totally looks like a penis, bro. Let's be honest. Compensate much?
Are we gonna start talking about?
It was Blue Origin space shuttle, and it was Bezos.
Yeah,
start talking about the Little Mermaid again. What's going on?
What? Whoa! Why did you have to bring that shit up again?
Because it's disturbing.
A whole new world.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I'll be honest.
I know, because I was Aladdin.
It's definitely a whole new world. It's in the water. That's the problem. It's in the water.
I'm at a loss. Gonna be honest.
For that back.
I still have beer though.
Beer.
He only went to the edge of space.
Who went to the edge of space?
William Shatner. He only went 66 miles. It says it's a little more than 10 minutes, climbing the height of 66 miles and 4 miles beyond one of the thresholds greatly considered the edge of space.
So did he actually enter space and just never left?
Through the threshold.
So did he leave? Like did he leave the planet's orbit? Is that? I don't know if that's. I'm not fucking science.
I'm not fucking science.
I'm not, man. I'm not one of those science people.
I didn't think you were science. I mean, I
don't even know how to conjugate, man.
I mean, everything's science. It's like saying I'm not physics.
I mean, I'm physically.
You cannot be not physics. Everything's physics.
Are we going to talk philosophy now? Is that what we're? You can't not be.
It's all kind of. It's all
just like the sands.
Yeah.
In the hourglass.
These are the days of our lives.
The days of our lives.
I don't know how you got there, but
because it was freaking Bill and Ted when they go to meet Socrates.
Socrates.
It's like dust, wind, dude.
His name is not actually Socrates, just so you know.
What do you mean?
Watch the robe there, Socrates.
I love how Billy the Kid goes, "Hey, Socrates." Really? I have 2 tickets to. Oh, what the hell is? God damn it! What's the name?
My favorite about the whole series is Death Row.
You know the name of the water park. Fucking like San Dimas.
You know that gets me though. Like the whole thing about death.
Oh, what in the second one? Well, when they're playing, you mean the part where they're playing the games to go, so he has to like give them a wish or whatever.
That's 3 out of 5.
Yeah, no, it's just like they win, and he's like best 2 out of 3, and they're like, really? And they win a second one. He's like 3 out of 5. And they play another one. They're like best of 7. He's like, you're damn straight. They beat him with the fucking electronic football and shit. Oh, Jesus Lord. Little vibrating men. And remember that shit. It's hilarious. Twister. They just tore that dude up.
There was Twister too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let it be weird.
I mean.
Playing Twister with death. That's.
and his big ass stinking death feet stink like death. Just saying.
So that's what you were talking about. Okay.
What?
When you said it stinks like death, you know.
His feet. Yeah. His feet stink like death.
That's how could it not? Yeah, no, I get it.
Pun intended. Should I start writing this stuff down? That
it smells like somebody died. Oh, I'm sorry, Death.
Oh, too soon. Hey, remember when Pee Wee Herman jerked off in a theater? Oh, what? He had a good time. Dude, I think we should make that a shirt. Remember when Pee Wee Herman jerked off in a theater and in the back just be like, what? He had a good time. I mean, up until he got busted, obviously. That's.
And just right along the bottom.
I would assume he was.
Right along the bottom, like, you know, the middle of your back. It's like a little container of popcorn, you know, with the red and white stripes. Like just popcorn spilling out over the edge.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're doing it right.
Just subtle, you know what I mean?
Just subtle. I don't think there's anything subtle about a box of popcorn with a Pee Wee Herman masturbation joke shirt. Gonna be honest.
It's just a box of popcorn.
It's just, it just
happens to be, on the back of a.
Go ahead.
Dig down in that popcorn and tell me it's just popcorn in there.
Well, no, but
that's what I'm saying.
Think about it this way. Like you get through the whole front side and the back side of the t-shirt and then you see the popcorn.
I thought you were going to say the front and the back side of the popcorn. I was like, bro.
The front and the back side of the t-shirt. By the time you get to the end of the little phrase on the back, you got that popcorn. It's like the again.
Then it looks like you got popcorn coming out of your ass. I mean, vertically, but you know. You got ass corn.
It's a box of popcorn.
I mean, you pop that corn.
Let me see you pop that corn.
That Laffy Taffy. Sorry,
I need more beer.
Well, we can't. We've come too far. Can't go back now.
Can't.
I mean, we can always wrap it up. It's up to you.
Wrap it up, B.
Well, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, I
use your words for the second time.
Confirm or deny.
I do disclaimeria, bro. This is not a disclaimeria time.
He's making a lot of sounds.
He is definitely not saying nothing.
What happened was.
And it continues.
It all started when he hit me back.
I have no response to that, good sir. I secede. You win. Well played. Well played. Yeah, do you want to go ahead and wrap this up, B?
I mean, we can.
I'm doing the timeout, but it's like you can't. I can see that it's a T, but it just looks like I'm making like angles. I want more. Pretty sure that's
Please, thank you. I was getting them all mixed up.
Just want to rub my belly now.
Apologies. Are the credits running now? Is that what's going on?
Probably. The 37 Patels that we had to hire. Well, the one was worth it and great negotiator.
We wanted a couple, but that was it. And then
we were willing.
The whole family just jumped on. They're like, no, you're taking all of us.
Probably a better negotiator than editor and gaffer and
But they're loyal people though.
They're loyal. Whoa, what do you mean people?
They're good people. What? How is that bad?
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, it's
yeah. Walk. Go ahead.
Go ahead and walk your way out of that one.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see what you got. That's what I thought.
I got no more beer.
Well, then in that case, we should probably. I think those are about to finish, so we should probably
still going.
Yeah, a little bit, but they're almost done, so we should probably wrap this up a little bit more, quicker, faster.
Yeah, the PC police coming.
Probably. Oh, gee, they're probably in there right now. I don't know what happened. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, you might want to lay low for a couple of days.
A couple of months. Let's be honest. It's probably better for all of us too.
Yeah, I killed a man with a spear.
Brock killed the cat. Be like, oh, hey, bro, you should really lay low for a while. Let that blow over. Yeah, fam. And as always, we appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Hit us in the comments. Check out the other content, as well as be good to yourself. Be good to everything else.
Much love.
Peace.
Peace.
Okay, push all the buttons.